Ladies and gentlemen of Knucklehead Nation, welcome to the Fighters Rep, episode 36. I'm your host, the Fighters Rep Fez, joined alongside my esteemed colleague and boxing and combat sports expert, Gary Martin. Ignorant behavior. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing good. It's a little far to say expert, but I mean, hey, you guys gonna have a little trouble seeing me today. I'm dark, you know, and I ain't got much lighting right now, so
Hey,
you're gonna
man,
see a lot of
listen.
teeth. You're gonna see a lot of teeth.
Hey, man, listen. That melanin is a blessing, my brother. It's always welcome on this channel. But listen, today we're going to be talking about that 5 versus 5 that's going on in Saudi Arabia this weekend, Gary. And now, before I even talk about that, though, it is fight week. Fighters Rep 23 goes down on Saturday, so get your tickets at fightersrep.com. We've already done a preview of that with Tavia 10 Pow. We did a preview of Fighters Rep 24, which happened the following week with Gary. But we want to talk about today on the channel, among other things, this Wilder versus Zhang fight, Gary. This is something I'm really excited about, man. This is the 5 versus 5. It's Eddie Hearn's Matchroom Boxing taking on Frank Warren's Queensbury Promotions. It's promotion versus promotion. And, I think it's a very symbolic and interesting event because you've got His Excellency, Turki El Sheikh from Saudi Arabia, showing one more time that bag can make everybody do whatever he wants them to do. If he said, hey, Eddie Hearn, drop the panties, he'll do it because there's so much money on the damn line. Nobody can say no at this point, man.
In the words of Drake, drop and give me 50.
That's it. Listen, these are two promoters, Gary, that it's my understanding for 15 years, despite being in the same country, never even spoke a word to each other, never ever got along. From my understanding, that I think Frank Warren, Eddie Hearn said, sent legal letters to him in the past. I mean, this was not a good relationship or even an existing relationship. And now you've got a 5 versus 5, courtesy of Turki Al Sheikh. Huge stacked card, Gary. And we're talking about Wilder versus Zhang because that's the main event on this card, right? This was also the fight, Gary. I don't know if you remember, where Bivol was supposed to fight Beterbiev, but Beterbiev suffered an injury. So they've got a last-minute replacement by the name of Malik Zinad, who's going to be fighting Dmitry Bivol. And then on the undercard, we've also got Filip Hrgovic versus Daniel Dubois, which is a banger. Raymond Ford versus Nick Bull for Ford's WBA title. And Austin Ammo Williams versus Hamza Shiraz at middleweight. And then also Craig Richards versus Willie Hutchinson. Craig Richards is a guy who fought Bivol in the past, did a really good job against him. So these are all, Gary, great fights, right? Great fights. But what I want to concentrate on for now, right, for me is the big one, the main event. Wilder versus Zhang, man. It's upon us. It goes down on Saturday.
Well, I mean, this is pretty much the biggest fight out of everyone because this is basically Wilder's last chance. In my opinion, it's more about Wilder than it is about Zhang. Or Zhang, or however you say his name. I'll just say Big Bang. But it's more about Wilder than anybody because he was supposed to beat Parker, so it was him and Anthony Joshua for a big fight. He did not win. He lost pretty bad or whatever. So now this is the second try to make that fight with Anthony Joshua, is my belief, because Anthony Joshua is not going to get Fury or he's not getting Fury or can't think of his name right now. Joshua. He just wanted to just beat Fury. Usyk. So he's not getting Fury or Usyk anytime soon. So it's Wilder the next biggest fight he probably can make. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so Wilder lost, so they couldn't do it after a loss. So now they're hoping he can fight Zhang, who he can probably get out of there. But the only trouble with Zhang is he can knock you out too, though. And he hits a lot harder than Parker.
Yeah.
So those shots that Parker was catching you with, it's a give and take because Zhang ain't gonna move around like Parker does.
Yeah.
He's not moving. He's not elusive like Parker is. So
Right.
he can be caught. But also on the other end, he could put Wilder's lights out.
Yeah.
So this is Wilder's crossroad in his career because he loses this fight against Zhang. He's no longer talked about. He's no longer feared. He's no longer talked about in the big fights, in the big moments, anything. They're going to move past them. And pretty much he's just going to be a guy somebody makes a quick check off of to add to their resume to say, I beat Deontay Wilder.
Yeah.
So that's what it looks like to me.
Do you think this is kind of off topic a little bit, but I mean, do you think it's cool that people would feel that way about a guy like Wilder with all the defenses he had and everything he did at heavyweight for him to lose to a guy like Zhang and just be completely written off? Or do you feel like it's the right kind of way to feel at this point?
Well, I mean, here's the thing, whether I feel is right or not, is he had a lot of detractors for him already before he even fought Fury. Before he fought Fury, everybody was saying what? He hasn't fought anybody. He's fighting these lower level guys that aren't any good. You were one of them. You know, you liked them. Don't get me wrong. You liked him, but you also said his resume wasn't great. You know, and that's honest. It wasn't great.
I was kind of right. It
was honest. Is you said he was being protected. You weren't the only one. It was people saying these things. So when you say these things and you go about all this stuff like that, it's kind of, when you do get with the elite, you get with Tyson Fury. Now you got a draw out of him, but you lost 2 other times. You got destroyed one. You got destroyed the second fight. The third fight, you got beat pretty handily. The first fight, you only won because you knocked them down twice. That was even close.
That wasn't even a win. It was a draw. I honestly, I didn't think it should have been a draw either.
Exactly. So it's people that think that. So you already have that. So you lost against Tyson Fury. Then you go up. Yeah, you beat Brazil, and you beat, which I don't think most people have him hounding.
People like that, yeah.
Most people don't have him as the elite, and you beat who's the guy that Joshua beat that he beat him in one round?
I think that was Brazil, I think, or Hellenius.
He knocks Hellenius out in one round, but that once again, that's not a top tier guy. You know what I'm saying? And then you go, and then you go, it's your shot to fight Joshua and prove that, you're still amongst the elite, and you lose bad. It wasn't close. That wasn't a close fight. Now, he's a good fighter and everything, and he's a good fighter, but he watched you. It wasn't close. And you're 38 now. Isn't he 38, 39?
38, brother, yeah.
38. So any reasonable person would have a right to say, hey, he's never beat an elite guy. He's never beat elite. He had Ortiz. I'll give Ortiz a good quality guy. I know you don't, but I do.
But you just said
not
elite. You said elite, and then you changed to good quality. I mean, he's not elite.
No. But I'm saying besides Tyson Fury, I would think that Ortiz or maybe what's his name? He just fought. He just lost against. We just talked. I just said his name.
Parker?
Huh? Parker. Yeah, Joseph Parker. Or Joseph Parker is probably his 2 best wins. Yeah. Ortiz and Joseph Parker, besides everybody else. You know what I mean?
Well, he didn't beat Parker though. He lost to Parker. So
yeah, you're right. So he lost to Parker. So his only good win is Ortiz.
That's his best win.
That's his best. That's his best win. So everybody is in their right mind to say, hey, if he loses this one, he is what we thought he was, a one-trick pony that isn't ready for the elite fighters in that division.
Yeah.
He made his
Yeah,
money
and
though.
yeah, and I think he also he got a little bit lucky with that first Fury fight. I think he was fighting a Fury that had just come off of severely abusing his body, although that's Fury's fault. And you've already heard me on this channel putting that on him and kind of indicating that's probably a part of the reason he lost to Usyk. I also want to say about the Ortiz fight. I mean, credit to Wilder. He showed a lot of heart and durability, chin in that fight, because that first one, he looked
He
like
was
he was on
losing.
his way out. Yeah, and then he came back, got the knockout. And in the second one, he was getting washed, Gary. I don't know if you remember. And
Yep.
then he landed, I think it was a big punch in the seventh round. It was like the only time
Yeah.
he let out any offense. And I think we talked about that near that time. And I said to you something along the lines of, at some point you're going to run into somebody that's a good,
Yeah.
like, you can't keep rolling the dice like that. You got to fight the whole fight. You got to be landing punches the whole fight. You can't
Yep.
wait. So yeah. So it's starting to come now, nearing the end of his career. It's starting to come back to bite him. And as he continues to fight better guys, I mean, do you think it's because he's getting older that he lost to Parker, or do you think it's just Parker's just a level that he hadn't really seen before besides Fury?
Well, I think it's a combination of things. I think him losing to Parker now already has a blueprint on how to fight this guy, what to look out for, how to do it, because he's been defeated. It's like Mayweather always says, nobody beat me, so nobody got a blueprint on me.
Yeah.
But you've seen people have success on this guy, whether it's Ortiz rocking him and having success. You've seen Fury multiple times have success. You've seen the chinks in his armor. Then you add that to you're getting older, dude.
Yeah.
I don't care. You're slowing down, even if it's a tad bit.
Yeah.
You're not as durable as you once were. You've been through a war, a trilogy with Tyson Fury that took something off of you too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's just that once it's like I always equate everything to football because obviously I played football and I love football. It's like a quarterback coming in their first year, they're lighting defenses up. And everybody's like, oh, this guy's spectacular or whatever. And then after that, they have a drop off. And I won't even say quarterbacks, players, period. They have a drop off the next year. Because now the whole league has a film on you. What you do good, what you do bad. The whole league is now adjusting and preparing for you. So now they're waiting for you to make the next adjustment. The greats can make another adjustment and say, nah, that's not me, whatever. They make an adjustment. Same thing in boxing. Everybody knows what to look out for with Deontay Wilder. Everybody has enough film on what's successful against you and what you should not do. So it's like when Tyson Fury fought Ngannou. He had no idea. He was like, it was weird. It was awkward. He had no film on him. He had nothing to go by. He don't know how the guy's gonna come boxing. So it's a shock. Yeah. But Joshua now says, oh, he likes that left hook. Oh, I see him. I seen little things that he did wrong in there. I have even not saying that's why Joshua watched him and Tyson Fury didn't. Obviously, styles make fights, but I'm just saying at least Joshua had more tape on him as a boxer.
For sure.
As a boxer. And so now that everybody has a tape out on Wilder, it's kind of like, dude, I know what you want to hit me with. I know you don't fight good going backwards off your back foot. You know what I mean? I know the flaws you have. You know what I mean? You don't move your head, all these things, and now you think Zhang ain't looking at the blueprint? Well, Parker did this to him. Yeah. Fury did this to him. I seen this. I seen what punches he get caught. And it's same thing with Devin Haney that they kept saying the left. He's weak on the left. When he was going to fight Regis, that was the main thing. Hey, he's gotten caught with the left. Will Regis be able to land that left on him? He did.
But you know what? It's interesting. And sorry to cut you off, but it's interesting with Zhang, right? It's interesting with Zhang versus Wilder because with Zhang, he doesn't have the movement of a Fury. He doesn't have the movement of a Parker, right? So what do you think is kind of going to be his game plan? If you're in Zhang's corner, what does Gary Martin advise, for Zhang to do?
I mean, I'm pushing him back. I'm getting him on his heels. That's one thing.
Yeah.
Is because he likes to stalk. When he's stalking, he's at his best.
Yeah.
When you're afraid of his power, he's at his best.
Yeah.
If I'm Zhang, I'm trying to push him back. I'm trying to catch him with hard shots and wrap up. Get him in. I'm not gonna stand in the pocket for him to. Yeah, I'm looking for that right. If I'm Zhang, I'm landing big shots.
Yeah.
I'm landing big shots and I'm grabbing them and I'm weighing on him because I'm a bigger fighter.
Right.
I'm grabbing him. He has these skinny legs. It's like his legs got skinny. I watched the fight from him back in the day. His legs didn't look that skinny. Now they look almost toothpick like. So I'm grabbing them. I'm laying on them. And then I'm hitting them with hard shots all day long. And when I get in close, I'm grabbing them, laying on them. I'm not giving them a chance to fire back off them shots. I'm circling away from that right hand because we know the right, even though the left is dangerous too. People sleep on the left.
Yeah.
I think he dropped Fury one time with the left. But he has power. But he likes the right hand.
Yeah.
I'm moving away from that, keeping that hand up.
That's the kill shot. That's the
Yeah.
killer shot. I mean, you got to keep those hands up. I agree. Just move forward on him and be aggressive. Maybe try to get him out of there.
Yeah.
I mean, not force it to the point where you're tired, but I would put a nice hard pace on him and move forward the whole time and be heavy and strong, kind of like Fury was, in that second fight.
I wouldn't do too much of a heavy pace because Zhang, I don't think he has that type of cardio, but I would do a lot of what Fury did too, is lean on him. How Fury came in big and just laid on him. I'm gonna drain you of all that power, all that energy every time I can. I'm gonna lay on you. I'm gonna lay on you, and I'm gonna stay in close to you. I'm not gonna stay at range because that's really when he could throw that jab out there as a rangefinder and come with that right from way back there. If I'm up close up on him in his chest, can he still And if I'm hitting him, boom, 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 and then smothering him, grabbing him, laying on him, let's see how he likes that for a few rounds and see if he can take that. You know what I mean? And Zhang can hit hard.
Yeah,
so he's like when Parker caught him with that, what was it? I want to say it was a right, but I feel like
he dropped Parker in that fight too. He dropped Parker in that fight.
Well, no, I'm saying when Parker caught Wilder with that, what was it? It was an overhand. Was it a?
I think it was a big right hand. Yeah, and he hit him.
Yeah, I thought it was a right. I thought it was a right. He caught him with a big overhand right, and you seen Wilder go, woo. If Zhang catch you with that, it's gonna be different from Parker catching you with that.
Yeah, it might be. It might be for sure. For sure. I think it's an exciting fight, man. I mean, I think these are both really big guys. They're both, Wilder 6'7", Zhang, they're saying 6'6", 80-inch reach for Zhang, 83 for Wilder. Wilder just a touch taller, slightly bigger reach. Both have big power. Obviously, Wilder, this skinnier, faster guy, I think is going to be able to deliver it. But Zhang is not slow, especially for a big guy. He's going to plod forward, but he's got pretty decent hand speed. I think it's going to be interesting, man. It's kind of going to be like, it's almost going to be like who lands first in this one, and it's really interesting. It's high stakes, and the funny part is Deontay Wilder is the captain of Eddie Hearn's team. So it's going to be interesting to see Eddie Hearn cheering for Deontay Wilder when he tried for so long to make that fight with Anthony Joshua. There was so much bad blood between the teams. Now you got him. He made Wilder his captain. You got to love the guy, man. I mean, the guy, they don't call him Fast Car Eddie for nothing, Gary. This dude, hey, I like this dude, man. He he turns these guys, former enemies, into a guy he's promoting now.
Well,
listen, if Wilder wins this fight, Gary, gets a big knockout over Zhang, he's right back. He's right back in the mix, man. He's right back in the mix. And you said it's the last chance for Wilder. I would agree. I would agree to an extent. I mean, unless somehow he was able to land yet another big fight and get a huge knockout or something, which is possible, I think this is kind of a last hurrah for Wilder if he doesn't do anything with it. And the interesting thing, though, is it's also the last chance for Zhang, I think, Gary, because he's 41. He's 41 years old to Deontay Wilder's 38 years old. And you know what 41 feels like, big dog. You're feeling it right now.
We there now. We there.
So we know what 41 feels like. And he's just coming off. They both lost to Parker, right? Zhang's last fight was a majority decision loss to Parker. Wilder lost unanimously. So they have that common opponent. I felt like Zhang obviously did a little bit better, but the math doesn't math. In boxing, fighting, the math doesn't math. You know what I mean? Because Wilder lands one good punch. If he's awake, if he's not, sleeping at the wheel like he was in that last fight, if we get the old Wilder back, he's more aggressive. He lands one big punch on anyone. It's over.
Well, here's the thing is that's why I said at the beginning, Zhang is a problem, but also he also has some answers for you too, because like you say, he's not a fleet of foot guy. His hand speed is pretty solid. His foot speed ain't.
Yeah.
You know, it ain't like he has the best feet in the world. They're not.
I wouldn't say they're bad, but
I didn't say they're bad. But I'm just saying,
I would say
being elusive.
I would say they're what you would expect from a 6'6", 280-pound human being.
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. Like he's not. His feet aren't doing circles around anybody.
Right.
He's not moving. But neither is Deontay Wilder either. He's a smaller guy.
Well, Wilder doesn't have. If we're being honest, Wilder doesn't really have good feet either.
No, but that's why it presents a problem, because Wilder can get hit very solid by something, and so could Zhang, and so could Zhang, or Zhang, however you say it, whatever. But so can he. So this is exactly what you said. I don't think this is going to the cards at all. Somebody's getting knocked the fuck out.
And listen.
Somebody's getting knocked out.
The interesting part too is they're both durable as shit. I mean, they're both really durable. Like it takes a lot to hurt Wilder. I feel like.
Yeah.
And I don't think I've ever even seen Zhang like really hurt. Like I can't remember him being really hurt. Now I'm sure a solid blow from Deontay Wilder could do it, but that just adds to the intrigue, right? Because these guys got a chin on them too, Gary. So it might be a situation where these guys are standing in front of each other. They can't get the hell out the way, and they're just dropping by. They're just playing chicken. You know what I mean? They're just playing chicken. Bang, you hit me. Bang, I hit you, and we just keep doing it. And this could make for a very, very entertaining fight, Gary.
But I also think that's probably why they wanted these two to fight, is because, like, this is all planned. Make no mistake. They know who each other was going to pick in categories, I feel like, kind of. Because it makes for, you got two older guys, like you said, 38 and 41. You're both old, all right? Yeah. So you're both old. You both aren't the most fleet of foot, but you both have like that God hammer. You have that hammer. He called Big Bang for a reason. Deontay always say you got to be perfect for 12 rounds. I don't. You know what I'm saying? I just got to be good for a second to catch you. And so it leads to what you think is going to be a knockout by somebody.
Yeah,
I just don't see it going to the scorecards. I will be amazed if I was a betting man. They said, "What do you think? Knockout or scorecards or draw? Knockout." I'll put my money on knockout. If somebody get knocked out.
If this goes to decision, it's gonna be. I mean, they're both gonna leave like with like half a brain if it goes to decision. So I agree. So damn. I don't want to get up and get the prediction, Fez. It's in the closet. But who do you think? Actually, I'm going to go get it. I got to wear the prediction, Fez. Go ahead and make your prediction while I get the prediction, Fez.
I'm going to wait till you come back. Go ahead and get it.
It's right here. It's right here. Styling and profiling.
You know what? I got to get my. You know what? From now on, we're doing predictions. I got to go get my 49ers hat.
No, God, no, please. Anything but the 49ers hat, bro.
Uh,
So just so everybody knows, I'm saying, oh fuck, this is a hard one. Give me a few more seconds to think about. Do you have a prediction on this?
I'll go. Now I'm gonna tell you what I want and what my prediction is. They're two different things. What I want Deontay Wilder to knock out Zhang so he can go ahead and fight Anthony Joshua, which we have been waiting for I don't know how many years. How many years has it been, dude?
Since been a long time.
Before Tyson Fury even got unretired. Yeah. We've been waiting on this. So I want to see that. That's what I want. I got Zhang winning though. Just because I feel like Wilder's getting a little long in the tooth. I feel like his passion for it isn't the same as it was. You know,
that's what scares me about this fight. That's what
he's gotten the money to support his family, and you know that was the main driving force that he always put, like his daughter and supporting, and that was his driving force. Yeah. He's rich now. He's rich. You don't have that same hunger no more.
No,
and
it's true.
And the thing is after he lost to Parker, the way he was talking, the way he was sounding was like, hey, man, I ain't even supposed to be here. I made a good career.
Right.
It's been good. Like, he was even truly upset. Now, maybe he goes back home, and that's just the face he put on. But that ain't the face he put on after he lost to Tyson.
No. He made every excuse. He refused to
he was upset.
Yeah.
And when he lost to Parker, that didn't seem like the Deontay Wilder that was from when he was hungry.
Yeah.
And so I just feel like he's 38, about to be 39, and he's just and like you said, Zhang is older, but I still think he has more of the fire in him, and he's already technically superior to Deontay Wilder. So I just have to go with that.
Damn.
Even though it pains me. Deontay's my boy. I want to win, but I gotta go with Zhang.
So Zhang by what fashion?
Knockout. Everybody's knockout. It's no cards.
What round would you say?
Ooh. I want to say like 8 or 9. Because Wilder gets a little tired, a little worn, and I think 8 or 9.
You know what's crazy? What's crazy? I'm feeling the same. I'm feeling the same thing. You know, I'm feeling 8th round. I was gonna say between 8 and 10, but I don't know why I'm feeling number 8 for Zhang. That's what I'm feeling. I believe that's like a lucky number in Chinese or something too. I could be wrong, but Big Bang 8. Excuse me.
Hold on. Is Big Bang Chinese or is he? What is he?
Yeah, he's Chinese.
Oh, he's Chinese. Okay.
Yeah,
all right. Okay.
Yeah. He even said it's going to be Alabama Power versus Chinese Power or something like that in the lead up. They were talking about that. So.
Oh, okay.
That's interesting, but I want to say 8th round as well. I don't feel the same way you do about. I don't like Wilder since the excuses. I'll just be honest with you. I don't like him. I don't like what he represents since the excuses. I don't like how he made it. Honestly, I think he made it a little bit uglier than it needed to be. I'll leave it at that. I would love to see the Joshua fight or something like that. I still would love to see that, but here's the thing. Wilder was a champion for a long time, Gary.
Uh-huh.
He had a ton of defenses. He got to the summit. That's why I don't think he's as hungry as well, right? He's already been there. He's done that, plus all the money. Zhang has never been there, bro. Zhang has never been there. He's never been a champ. He doesn't have the money. I mean, I'm sure he's made some money, but he doesn't have the money Wilder has. But I think Zhang at this point is on a mission, man. He's late. He's real late in the game. It's overtime for him, bro. 41 years old. It's fucking double. It's triple overtime at 41, big dog. He's
I
trying
don't think he's getting there.
He's trying to get to a title, man. And if he beats Wilder, he might line himself up for a title. So I think I almost want it more for Zhang. You know, even though Wilder made everything ugly and I don't really like him as much as I used to, I still kind of like him. I still want to see him redeem himself because I always like a good redemption story. You know what I mean? But I feel like, man, fuck, like the other guy's never even been a champ, you know? Like I would like to see him get a chance is what I'm saying. So, but at the end of the day, I predict the same thing, regardless of who I want to win or not. I think Zhang, man, he's a big, strong guy. He's got much better boxing. I could see him winning this fight at this stage. You know, if it was a few years ago,
I'll pick Wilder.
Before what I saw from Wilder in that Parker fight and then that post fight, like you said, it really had me questioning whether he wanted to even do this anymore. So I agree with you. Zhang and 8, bro.
Yeah.
Zhang and 8.
I mean, I mean, with the Wilder, you know, I didn't like the excuses he made either after losing the Fury. I didn't really like that either, but I'm still a fan because, I mean, excuses are what they do nowadays. Isn't that what they do nowadays? Every time they lose, now Regis.
That's not what we do.
Hey, that's not what I do or you do.
That's not
even though you accept some of the weight draining excuses and some of the weight bullying excuses. You know,
bro.
I just every time Ryan Garcia after losing the tank, oh, he weight drained me. Rolly after losing the tank, oh, I was weight drained. Oh, Errol Spence after losing the bud. Oh, it was this, it was that, it was this. And you know, every time one of these guys loses, it's always, oh, this is what happened, this is that, and things, and nobody really takes the blame anymore like they used to. But
well, for me, the weight draining thing is a problem. I mean, obviously, it's always the A side's going to get the advantage with the weight draining. That doesn't happen in UFC, right? I mean, in UFC, the best guys in the division where they can make the weight, they fight each other. And so it's not something we even think about. In boxing, you have to think about it because there's an A side and a B side. Automatically, one side has an advantage. So I'm not saying it's always an excuse, but when a guy, you know, you can tell when a guy's having trouble making weight. And I just, you know, it just doesn't seem like an even playing field for me. You know what I mean?
Well, see, this is my thing about the whole thing is don't blame it on the other fighter and say he's trying to drain you because you can't make weight. Because let's look at this realistically. Ryan Garcia said Tank weight drained him because he had to come. Obviously, he had to make weight at 135.
Yeah,
and they put like only 10 pounds heavier hydration clause, so meaning he can only go up to 145. He literally left 135 and never even made 140.
Yeah.
So whose fault is that? If you couldn't even make 140 and you're fighting at 135,
listen,
wait. If you're fighting at 135 and he out his own mouth said, I never fought at 140. I was always been at 143. So who fault is that? Because even if I let you gain all your weight back and don't put a weight draining clause, you're still going to say I'm too tired from losing to 135 because you couldn't even make 140.
Well, look, you accepted the fight, right? So I mean, at the end of the day, it's your fault. But my point is, I never said it's I accept an excuse or anything like that. But there's an even playing field and there's not, right? So I think what you're referring to as far as what I've said is Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney agreed to fight at a weight. And Ryan Garcia didn't show up at that weight. Yeah. He didn't show up at the agreed to weight. So that's, for me, that's, you know, basically legalized cheating. If you knew you were supposed to make a certain weight and you missed it by that much and you did it intentionally, even if you didn't intentionally, you've got the upper hand. You know, it's not like they agreed to 140 and they both made it, but one guy had a harder time than the other, which is something I still, you know, think it's not cool if one guy knows he can't really make that weight and still be healthy.
So why do it?
I want to see guys that can make the weight healthily to make it an even playing field. That's all.
But see, here's my
but listen, but where I'm coming from is you agreed to 140. You came in at 143.2. I have a problem
get that.
with that.
No, I get that part. I'm not disputing that he didn't make the weight at all. I'm not disputing that. What I'm saying is that you're saying, oh, he weight drained me because I had to go down to 135. Then I had a limit on how much I can go back up, right?
Well,
If you're struggling,
it's not an even playing field.
Well, that's not my fault from the fighter on the other side. That's not my fault.
But it's your intent. But it's your intent. But it's your intent.
Wait, no, my intent is.
But it's your intent not to have an even playing field because because that's why you're limiting the guy from rehydrating as much as he normally does.
Wait. How about my intent is having an even playing field, so I'm not in here fighting 160 pounder at 135. How about I feel like you're trying to have that's the only thing I'm trying to get you to see is that it goes both ways because here's the thing is like I've been preaching, it's been people saying, oh, he's a weight bully. Then it's been people that say, oh, he's a drainer. He drains people.
He is. Yeah,
but
he is.
all of these people,
he's a drainer.
All of these people have been fighting at 135 for all that time. And now all of a sudden, when it comes to Tank, oh, you know what? It's so hard for me to make this weight. I really want to fight at 140.
Listen,
why do you want to fight at 140?
Listen,
so you can be bigger.
You can tell Ryan had a lot of trouble making that weight just by looking at him in that fight.
He had okay, no. Here's my thing is Ryan has I don't have no knowledge of this. Wait, let me get this out. Let me get this out real quick. I have no insider knowledge of this or anything. But me from the outside looking in and just looking at how Ryan carries himself, Ryan doesn't try to make weight that hard. You know what I'm saying? He does not do the things that to lose weight, and he doesn't want to. So at the end of the day is he's making, because you moved up from 135, which you've been fighting at all your career, and now you're telling me you can't make 140. So you was just making 135. Now you can't make 140. No, you don't want to make 140. You don't want to do the things that you have to do necessary to cut weight to do that.
I heard you 10 minutes ago. I understood your point 10 minutes ago. But listen to what I'm saying. Nobody says, there's no combat sport that says we fight at this weight and then the next day we're this weight. No combat sport says that. If you can make the weight and rehydrate, you can fight. Doesn't matter what you rehydrate to. You understand? That's why they don't allow IVs. That's supposed to be illegal. So guys can't rehydrate too much.
But they do it.
I think there's maybe one sanctioning body or one state somewhere that limits the amount people rehydrate to. But typically, if you say we're fighting at 140, well, that's the weight you're coming in the day before. Now, when you're going above and beyond to limit the person as to what they can hydrate to, you're limiting their ability to recover. And you're trying to keep the weight down so it's easier on yourself. I understand that. You're saying you're trying to even the playing field, but that's not really a rule that's acceptable and normalized in fighting, right? You don't limit how much the other guy can gain.
Just
when
because
you do that, you handicap them.
Well, here's the thing is
it's like the A side. Listen, it's like the A side. If the A side were to pick the gloves, if the A side were to pick the size of the ring, those are all, for me, that's all stuff that's placed in the contract. But I think it's kind of legalized cheating, and it's because
it's not cheating if you agree to it.
But you can't disagree.
Yes, I can. I don't have to fight
because we've created a system where the guy, who draws the most money decides these things, as opposed to a separate body creating a uniform venue, a uniform platform for all the guys to compete on. That's why
Well, here's the thing is,
wait a minute. But that's why you don't get this in UFC. You only get this really. You don't really get this as often in UFC. You only get this in boxing, right? Because in UFC, the UFC has a certain size octagon. Fuck you. You either like it or you don't. The UFC uses a certain size glove. Fuck you. You either like it or you don't. The UFC, says, hey, the weight you said you're fighting at, that's the weight you're making the day before. Whatever you come back at the next day, that's up to you. So I think that's the correct way to have an even playing field for athletes. It shouldn't be the guy that's making the more money, the more popular guy, or whatever it is, the guy with the A side and the leverage in the contract that's deciding things as important as the size of the glove, how much the guy can weigh, the size of the ring, stuff like that. That shouldn't be decided by a fighter.
Well, here's the thing is not just decided by the A side. The B side has to wait. No, it's not. Because me as the B side, I can say, no, I just won't fight you. I'll move on to something else.
Really?
Now I do I
really?
miss out on some money?
Do that? You're gonna do that?
Hey, right now, Devin Haney, who's the biggest? Wait, George. Yeah. Who is the bigger name, right? Who's the bigger fighter? Is it Devin Haney or is it Tank Davis? Who would you say?
I would say Tank.
You know what? Devin Haney said, I'm not signing a rehydration clause, Tank.
Good on
and it's
him.
gonna be at 140. So if you want to make this fight, Tank, we're gonna do it at 140, and it's not gonna be any rehydration clause. And he made that statement, and he's not backing off of it. Right. Now, is he missing out on
and you're also not getting the best fights in the division because of that. And you're also not getting any clarity to the division because of that. And you're also not going to get a unified champion because of that. So it's problematic, is what I'm trying to tell you.
But what I'm trying to tell you is that when two fighters agree on things, and like when we talk about,
you've never agreed on something when you were in a position of disadvantage. You've never agreed on anything. Especially
sometimes,
Gary, if it's your livelihood and there's millions of dollars on the line, you're probably gonna fucking agree to it.
Hey, hold on, wait. Let's not act like these fighters are broke now. Devin Haney ain't broke. Devin Haney is not. And so that's why he said no.
But in some situations,
that's why he said no.
In some situations, it's kind of the only or best opportunity that you have.
And my thing is that here's my thing is to you though. It's your only opportunity, but if I sign my name on something and I agree to it, I'm not later on coming back and saying something I agreed to. I believe that I could do it at that weight. I believe I could do all these things that you put the stipulations on.
Or you believe that you were going to be weight drained and it was going to affect your performance. But
if I felt that way, I wouldn't do it.
But you're doing it anyway because it's too big of an opportunity for you to miss, because your window as an athlete is this big and you're trying to take advantage of every opportunity.
Okay. So here's my thing is Ryan Garcia had just as big as following as Tank Garcia. Maybe he didn't sell as much as Tank. I said Tank Garcia. I said as Tank Davis. I said maybe he's not selling as much as Tank at that point, but on Instagram, the man had 8 million followers. The man didn't have to fight Tank to make a good. He could have went and fought Devin Haney and made a big name, big fight. He could have went and fought Tio, made a big fight.
Not as big as Tank, though. Not as big as Tank.
We don't know that, because if Tio, so you think of what did hold on, what did Ryan Garcia and Devin just do? They just did big numbers, didn't they? I don't think they did as much as Tank. They didn't do as much as Tank, but they were big numbers though.
Right.
And you think if he would have fought Tio, it wouldn't have been a big fight. That wouldn't have been a huge fight.
It would have, but my point is, by making everything uniform, as opposed to giving the more popular or the more, famous, whatever, richer guy leverage, right? You even the playing field, and then we don't have these questions. We don't have these asterisks. We don't have any of this shit.
I've never had them. So.
Having a weight advantage is probably the same in a lot of instances as being on steroids, right? Because you're bigger, you're stronger, you're more hydrated, you have more stamina. It can have the same effect as being on steroids, being heavier.
I totally agree with that, because you could be heavier. Yeah, you could be a little stronger. You could be, but steroids affect.
You think Ryan Garcia at 140 pounds, if he would have cut down 140, would it still beat Devin Haney?
He was on steroids. Yeah.
Bro, even with steroids, 3.2 pounds overweight, he almost had a draw in that fight.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is,
you're telling me those last 3 pounds getting stripped off his body by force, suffering through those last 3.2 pounds, you think he would have still won that fight
with steroids? Yes.
You're not even questioning it
with steroids. No, I think it's the same outcome.
I don't
because only reason George,
I think he might even get knocked out. I think he might even get knocked out.
George, I think you need to take a cycle and see. I never took a cycle, so I'm not gonna say I took a cycle. No. But I just speaking and listening to people who have actually took steroids and telling you that the type of endurance it gives you to work out on a crazy amount of time to work out and not feel exhausted, tired. You got to factor that in. Endurance it gives you. Okay. They say the strength you feel superhuman. You feel like you can lift the whole fucking gym out the gym, and you feel on another. And extra weight doesn't make you feel like that.
Understand, and he's still barely managed to squeak anything beyond a draw. In my opinion, as well as the broadcaster that was watching it, that fight was a draw or something close to it. Now a guy.
No, I thought he won.
Now a guy actually cutting down 3.2 pounds even further, right? Because he was saying he couldn't get down no more. Imagine he would have suffered and struggled to cut 3.2 more pounds off of his frame, Gary. Would that have been muscle? Would that have been brain fluid? Would that have been bone density? You don't know what that is. And let me tell you something.
Well, we know taking ostarine, it wasn't going to be muscle.
And that makes a serious difference in an athlete.
Yeah, but George, not the difference that steroids make. Steroids heightens your reaction time. And the thing about it is, hold on, yes, it does. Reaction time doesn't matter.
All of that, Gary, he did, Gary, he was not only on steroids. He was 3.2 pounds overweight, and the steroids helped him. And the steroids helped him lose weight. So without the steroids, he might have been 5, 6 pounds, 7 pounds overweight.
And we wouldn't have had a fight.
My point is, had he not been on the steroids, and had he cut weight, even with the steroids, had he gone down to 140. I don't think he gets the same outcome. I
think you're seriously underestimating steroids and how much better steroids make a person.
I'm not, and especially in this case. I'm not.
And then because I'm saying the steroids, whatever energy you lost losing those last 3 pounds, right? Because you drained. That's the main thing they say. The main thing that some of the boxers say after they lose their weight, they feel sluggish, they feel slower, tired. The steroids, once you take the steroids, you're not gonna feel like that anymore. You're gonna feel like somebody just injected you with adrenaline, and you're gonna be like,
but 3.2 pounds lighter. You're not gonna hit as hard. You're not going to take punches as well.
But that's what the steroids are for.
You're not going to be the same guy, even with.
That's what the steroids are for, George.
With the steroids,
the steroids are going to give you all of that more more.
No. So what you're saying is.
Have you seen track runners on steroids?
Wait a minute. So what you're saying is Ryan Garcia could have been on steroids, cut down 130 pounds, been starving to death, and still would have performed the way he did?
Okay, so now we're going to extremes.
No, it's not extreme. You're completely.
You said 130 versus 140. You're extra 10 pounds.
You're completely ignoring 3.2 pounds like it's nothing at a weigh-in.
Because you took steroids, bro. You took steroids.
God,
George, look at him.
bro, you can't. Your logic can't be this far down the toilet right now, Gary.
George, wait. Barry Bonds, technically not a steroid, but we'll get to that later. But Barry Bonds went from hitting like 40 something. This how much steroids made a difference.
Was he cutting weight? Was he
40,
cutting weight for a fight?
Wait. I'm just saying. I'm just showing the difference of how steroids make you so much more better than you were.
I hear you, but we're talking about
40 to like 70 home runs. You got 30 extra. Mark McGwire wasn't hitting 60 home runs.
You're talking about guys that were not cutting weight. Those guys were big, beefy, steroided up guys, bro. I'm talking about a guy that showed up on steroids and on a steroid that allows you to cut weight and
build muscle.
Showed up 100
and build muscle though.
Still showed up 3.2 pounds overweight. So had he been stripped further of those 3.2 pounds, in my opinion, he would not have performed the same way he did. In a fight that he barely won. He barely won that fight.
Okay, George. Here's a couple things we gotta put out here, right? Ostarine, right? It helps you lose weight, but not muscle. It helps you build muscle, right? Right.
Or maintain it as you lose weight.
So it says it helps you build muscle too. So in this sense is that so if you're losing weight, you're losing fat. You're not losing muscle, you're losing fat.
Well, you're losing muscle as well if you can't make the weight.
Wait, George.
Your body starts to eat itself.
Ostarine doesn't allow you to lose weight.
Gary. Now
that's what we just said, right?
Now,
wait. That's what we said. You just agreed to it.
Now you're just
go ahead. Go ahead. I'm making it up. You just agreed to it. You even read it the other day. It allows you to. It helps you lose weight and gain muscle.
Right. But if you're at such a deficiency, if you're at such a caloric deficiency, your body's going to start eating muscle and all kinds of other stuff to stay alive. That's what the body does.
Yes, but you have to be, George.
And if you were 3.2 pounds over on weigh-in, bro, that's significantly over, Gary.
And this is my point where I'm going to, because it also allows you to build muscle, right, George? Muscle weighs more than fat. So
and his body would have had to eat that muscle. His body would have had
George,
to eat
for his body to have to eat the muscle.
Yep.
You're talking about he had to have cut down to body fat percentage of like 3% for his body to start saying, "Oh, we ain't got no more fat." Because at 6%, you still can eat fat.
And he would have been he would have been way more dehydrated at 3.2 pounds.
And the thing is,
dehydrated. I mean, if we're talking about 3.2 pounds of fluid. Dude, this guy's brain would have been ripe for a knockout. I'm telling you.
George, you're talking
is a lot.
George, you're talking about somebody who you're talking to somebody who lost weight for a football game, played in a football game. It's ain't.
No,
wait.
I'm sorry.
Wait.
Your football experience is not cutting weight for a fight. It's just not.
Wait, hold on, time out. I'm talking. Wait. See, this is how I know you never played Pop Warner football. Because when you play Pop Warner football, back in the days, not anymore, they had a weight limit. Okay. You had to make a weight.
All right.
You couldn't just weigh whatever the fuck you wanted to weigh.
Okay.
And I've literally seen a guy run a touchdown, pass out and fall on the ground. You know him. He went to school with him. Pass out and fall on the ground because he was dehydrated because he ran you know what they used to make us do? Put a trash bag on.
And maybe that would have happened to Ryan Garcia.
George, you know what? Yeah, but I'm saying, you know what they used to make us do? Because you step on the scale and you're overweight. They give you hours to lose weight. You throw in a trash bag, you put bubble gum in your mouth, and you don't swallow your spit. You chew the bubble gum in your spit. You run with a trash bag around the field and do all this. Majority of the time, I didn't have to do that. I was always underweight. But I was older and lighter, so I had to make a lot of weight. So it was. This is the reason why our friend Dontrell Dead did not let him play football with us, because he had to lose weight. He wasn't with that. He had to lose weight. So I had to do that for. I passed out after I got an interception. I fell. I still had a pretty good game. I got back. Now I don't know why they let me back in the game after that. because I literally caught an interception, fell down, and was busy. Dehydration, had to give me water and all that. So I understand what weight loss does. Losing certain weight when you don't even have that body fat to lose it, it drains you. But I also didn't have steroids to just go, whoa, give me an adrenaline rush. That, from what people tell me, that rush is like no other feeling, as far as endurance and strength.
So get this. So imagine you cut what, because I do this at every show, right? We're gonna have an event on Saturday. We're gonna have a weigh-in on Friday, and if somebody doesn't make weight, they're gonna also be given an hour or two to try to get that weight off. And it's the same process: jogging around, sitting in a hot car with the heat on, all that same bullshit.
Yeah.
And I've seen multiple people not able to do it and look like they were gonna pass out.
Yeah.
So imagine you're on steroids, right? Which helped you get down even further than you should get down.
Because you didn't want to do it.
Because that's what that steroid does. It revs up your body to the point where you're getting down even further than you naturally would without the steroid, especially something like Ostarine, right? So now you're at the scale, you're 3.2 pounds overweight. If your opponent or the promoter or whatever says, hey, go lose that 3.2 pounds, you're probably not going to lose that. Listen, I've had guys come in.
Yeah, you're probably not.
I've had guys come in 1 pound overweight and couldn't get that pound off. They just couldn't get it off.
But you know what?
But wait a minute. But had they gotten that pound off and somehow made it to the ring, there would have been a shell. There would have been a mere shell of themselves. And that's why I say what I say. That's why I say what I say about the whole Garcia Tank situation. That's why I say about what I say about Haney versus Garcia. That's why I say that's why I feel the way I feel.
Well, this is the reason why I feel the way I feel. Because you believe that Ryan could not get below 140, could not make 140.
Listen, with Ryan, I don't know what to believe anymore.
No. But I'm just saying. I'm just saying. No, based on what you just said, he needed steroids to help him lose weight to make the weight. His body, you said his body naturally could not get down. The steroids helped him get to where his body naturally.
That's what he said. That's
what but you just said it. I'm saying you just said it right now that the steroids.
He said he can't get below 143 anymore. Is what he said.
Yes. Listen. Okay. So here's my thing. That what I'm saying to you is that you just said, when you just spoke right now, you said that the steroids help you get to a weight that you naturally can't get to. So it helped him get to 143. So that's saying your belief is he can't naturally get to 143 or below.
I don't think so.
I call bullshit because you made it for Tank 135, and then the very next fight you're saying I can't make 140. We gave you an extra 5 pounds, and you're saying now I can't even make that because he didn't fight that next fight at 140.
Yeah, but
he fought that next fight at 143. You know what this all tells me is that, and this is what even Errol Spence said before he fought Bud. I didn't know how to properly cut weight. I was doing it wrong.
Yeah.
And for Ryan Garcia, I don't even think that he's just doing it wrong. I think that he has no want to do it. He does not want to do it.
Maybe you're right.
And he took an easy way out and said, yo, if somebody told him this shit will make you cut the weight, you can go party, do all the same bullshit you've been doing, and still cut weight. I feel like Ryan has a lack of discipline when it comes to, because we spoke on this channel before that trainers have had a tough time with Ryan Garcia, making him listen, making him do things. Yeah. I think Ryan Garcia has a lack of discipline, and he just doesn't want to do it, and he took the easy way out. Hey, this stuff will cut the weight for you.
Listen, I don't think Ryan's all there mentally right now, if I'm being honest, right? So I don't know the ins and outs and what he's capable and what he's not capable of. I kind of took him for his word when he said he can't get down below 143 anymore. But my point is, whatever you get down to at the weigh-in, if you had to get down 3.2 pounds more, it's those extra 3.2 pounds are Gary. That's a hard thing to do, man. It's a hard thing to do. and a lot of the times these guys are dehydrating themselves to the point where, I mean, they walk up to the scale and they look like zombies. So I just don't think, even with the steroids, difference of opinion, I just don't think that had he cut those additional 3.2 pounds, he would have gotten the same result. You never know. He might have been knocked out because his brain didn't have any fluid in it to absorb the blows or whatever. You never know. You know what I mean?
Well, here's the thing is, who does Devin Haney knock out?
Well, he almost knocked out Regis Prograis. And it
almost knocked out Regis.
And it could be because he's moving up in weight and he's getting bigger and stronger,
Or
getting bigger and stronger.
Listen, or he just didn't try to knock him out, because that was our main argument after the Regis fight, was that he wasn't trying to knock Regis out.
Right.
He could have got, but even if he stopped Regis, it wasn't gonna be because of a one shot like a Tank or like a Bud or like some of these guys who hit you with one shot.
He hurt him with one shot though. He hurt him with one shot bad. He hurt him bad. And listen, Regis is a guy that doesn't really get hurt like that.
Oh, okay, but what I'm saying is he hurt him, but Regis was not like how Tyson Fury was, hurt for a couple of rounds and stuff like that. He wasn't,
but it was still bad.
Or like Deontay Wilder against Ortiz, where it took him 2 rounds to come, or Devin Haney against Linares, where it took him a few rounds to shake it off. Regis was buzzed for a few. Regis was buzzed for a few, and then he was like, "All right, I got it." He was buzzed for a few. It wasn't that serious. And Regis is a smaller guy than what Ryan is. And my whole thing about it is that Ryan was never, I don't care steroids, I don't care if he makes weight, I don't care anything. Ryan was never going to beat Devin Haney on a scorecard. Only way he was going to beat him by dropping him.
Listen, but Devin Haney was the smaller guy. Remember, he moved up to fight Regis. He moved up,
but he was bigger than Regis by like 8 pounds on fight night.
On the night, but he's campaigned at lower weight than Regis before that fight. He moved up.
But he's naturally a bigger guy than Regis, though. Okay, are we not going to say that?
I think. He's a bigger guy, yeah. But my point is, he had never really gone up to that weight. He went up to that weight to fight Regis,
and he cherry picked.
And Regis is a durable guy, man. You can't call Regis a cherry pick. Regis, who has he lost to, dude? Regis is a beast, bro.
Oh, no. Wait, this is why I'm saying it's cherry pick, because you can't just look at who you lost to. Style. We always say styles makes fights, right?
Yeah.
Who has a longer reach advantage? Devin Haney or Regis?
But that doesn't mean anything, dude. Regis fought Josh Taylor when he was in his prime, and
he lost.
Regis has fought everybody. Regis is
lose,
bro. Regis is a champion.
Hold on. Regis lost to.
No, bro. Listen, if you're trying to convince me Regis Prograis was a cherry pick, no, bro. I'm not.
No. Yes, this is what I'm trying to convince you, because this is the reason why. Okay, so when we talked about this fight,
no, we're not gonna do that. Fuck that.
Okay,
Regis Prograis is a gangster. Bro.
Nah.
Regis Prograis had one bad fight. Regis Prograis had one bad fight, and the whole fucking world's trying to write him off. I don't agree.
No. You have to understand. I'm not saying he's a trash fighter. Just because I say it's a cherry pick don't mean he's a trash fighter. You pick somebody who is tailor made for you. Somebody who is flat footed, like Regis is.
Mm-hmm.
Someone who is shorter than you. Someone who has shorter reach than you. Where your whole game is boxing, staying on the outside. This guy is shorter than you. Your reach is a very big advantage,
bro. He fought Lomachenko. Huh? He fought Kambosos in
Australia.
Whoa, everybody, bro.
Whoa. Hold on. Wait. He fought.
Who has Tank Davis? Bro, you're calling Devin Haney at 25 years old a cherry pick? He's already got 10 times the resume than Tank Davis has, probably.
Are we sure? Are we sure?
I think it's better than Tank Davis. Just Lomachenko by itself is better than Tank Davis's resume.
Hold on. Are we sure? Because now we got to look at Tank Davis' record a little differently now. He beat Ryan Garcia. Ryan
Yeah,
Garcia has one loss.
but he beat a dying Ryan Garcia.
I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. He beat Ryan Garcia at the weight that all of them were at. They were all at that same weight. He beat Ryan Garcia.
He beat
Hold on, wait. I'm not done. I'm not done. He beat Ryan Garcia.
Okay.
He beat Pitbull Cruz, who just fucking knocked out Rolly, who has a belt now, who's now is one of the top guys at 140.
But he won't rematch him, and he probably lost that fight.
Hold on. No, he won that fight.
No, he lost that fight. For me,
he won that fight, and he hurt his hand in that fight.
For you, he won that fight. For me, he didn't win that fight.
Well, for the judges, he won the fight.
Well,
so let's talk about what it is.
He won't rematch the guy.
Hold on, wait. Hold on, wait. George. And he hurt his hand in that fight.
I don't care. Rematch the guy.
I'm just saying. He won the fight, and he hurt his hand in that fight.
Oh, God, Gary. And that's why he lost?
That's why he won. He won with a hurt hand. Get the fuck out of here, George.
He didn't win that. If he won that, he would have rematched. He would have rematched.
Oh my God, George!
You would have rematched the guy, bro. He didn't rematch the guy.
George, he won that fight. I don't care.
Listen, you're not here. You are not here.
Wait.
To give it the way it is. You're here because you're biased.
No, I'm not biased. Tank beat Pitbull Cruz, who is now a top 140 pounder. Now a top 140 pounder, who people are now saying could beat Devin Haney. So he beat Rolly, who was a champion at 140.
Oh God, Rolly.
Okay, was he not a champion at 140?
Devin Haney beats Rolly in his sleep.
Well, we don't know that because Devin Haney didn't fight Rolly.
Okay. But Devin Haney fought Devin Haney fought Vasil Lomachenko and beat him.
Okay. He fought a guy in Lomachenko who would start off at like 130.
That's fine.
He started off at smaller guy.
All the guys tank beats are all weight drained or too small.
Well, hold on, wait. People say Devin tried to weight bully Loma because he's coming up. He's naturally the smaller guy. And not only that is people think Devin Haney lost that fight.
That's true.
So what I'm saying is, people think he lost the fight.
David lost the Pitbull Cruz fight.
So not only did he fight a smaller guy coming up from a smaller weight class, and he's now fighting at 140. Now, mind you,
that's the best guy, but that's the best guy on either guy's resume, bro.
Okay, though, but what I'm saying is Lomachenko is probably the best guy on either guy's resume. But Kambosa, who the fuck is Kambosa? You mentioned Kambosa. You think Kambosa beats Tank?
Probably not. No.
Exactly. You think Kambosa beats Ryan Garcia? Kambosa beat Tio. Only good win Kambosa had. He beat Tio, and people saying Tio was not 100% during that fight.
Maybe.
They say Tio, he was sick, this, that. Now, I'm not going for the excuses because I say all these guys got excuses. But people are literally saying Tio wasn't 100% when he fought.
Well, listen, there's no asterisk. There's no asterisk if we have unified conditions for both fighters. And as long as there's not unified conditions for both fighters, and one guy has leverage to say what size glove the other guy can wear, how big the ring has to be, what brand the other guy can wear, what cup he can wear, and how much weight he can gain after the fight, which is has a huge impact, then I think it's always going to be an asterisk there. You're not going to hear, I don't think, at least, unless there's like a huge disparity in height or something in size, you're not going to hear like the great fighters say, oh, no, you can't gain, more than 10 pounds or whatever. I mean, maybe in a situation like where that would be appropriate, right, would be if like Terrence Crawford did fight Canelo Alvarez, right? And then maybe Terrence Crawford could say, hey, dude, like you can't gain too much weight. And then I would respect it because Terrence Crawford is so much smaller, in my opinion, than Canelo Alvarez. But when it's Tank versus Ryan Garcia, and you're not letting the kid gain another 10 pounds and he looks like a skeleton compared to what he normally looks like walking into the ring, I got a problem with that, bro. That's just me. So
I don't feel like he looked that much differently.
Looked like shit. He looked like
listen, Listen, we're looking at that because people are now putting Ryan Garcia pictures up, him fighting at 140 and how much bigger he looks at 143, and he's probably 160 fight night, right? So you put that picture up against a 130 a 145 pounder, yeah, he's 20 pounds bigger. But I'm talking about when he was fighting at 135, he did not look that much. If we go look at his other fights at 135.
Yeah, but how old is this kid, Gary? How old is this kid? I mean, you know, as you get older,
he's 24 now, right? So he's still fairly young. Errol Spence didn't start complaining about 147 till he was damn near 30.
Ryan Garcia is 25 now, you know, so look at yourself when you were 18 versus when you were 20 versus you.
Okay, so how old was he when he fought Tank? 23?
I don't know. I don't even remember.
Exactly. He was young. Don't give me this. Oh, I can't lose weight. At 23, 24, prime of your life, you can't lose weight?
23. So he would have been like 23 years old, I guess.
Exactly. He was 23, bro. Come on, man. At 23, I healed like Wolverine. Like Wolverine. I want those fucking powers back, bro.
All right.
I want those back.
Wolverine. All right, Wolverine. Well, we're more like Professor X at this point. So.
I'm just saying.
Anyway, listen, it's been over an hour.
Yeah, go ahead, man. I gotta go too.
This has been engaging. I don't want you to get shot out there wherever you are. I need you back in the house because I need your help on this. Guys, don't forget to tune in every Monday. Me and Gary do this, and we're going to be trying to do more. Also, don't forget, again, Fightersrep 23 this Saturday. Gary will be there. Come on out. Get your tickets at fightersrep.com. We just added more seats because they got pretty much sold out. So we had to add 50 more seats, Gary. And also Fightersrep 24 in Los Angeles the following week on June 8th. Get your tickets at fightersrep.com or just join the channel and you'll be able to watch it live if you can't make it. Gary, appreciate your time, man. And we'll do this again soon, bro.
Yeah, man.
All right, man.